Hello everyone. I hope you guys are doing good. Happy Saturday. This is the reading for the happenings. What's happening to Krasnov, to Trump, Saturday, August 30th. And I'm going to be using the Radiant Rider-Waite. Oh my God. This deck. For the first reading, and then for you guys that like the Visions of Life Tarot, I'm gonna do that one next. So, okay, let's keep that there so the blurry factor doesn't happen with the camera. Saturday, August 30th, 2025. What'll be happening, man? Okay. Well, no worky. He don't want to work. What's happening to him? He can't work. Maybe he's thinking about, or maybe people who make license plates in prisons are even writing to him and telling them that they don't like him. We no likey. He's bored. He's lazy. He thrives on external validation and he's not getting it. His approval rating has never been lower and it's sinking by the day. Okay. When it comes to the biggest challenge for the day, he's off balance. He has no energy. His biggest issue is the fact that he's arrogant and scattered and the addictions galore and yeah, just reckless. He's unbelievably reckless. Okay. Oh my goodness. So we got this card again. Okay. Let's just look throughout the day. How's it gonna go? Right there. Not much better there. Oh, where's my hair? Let's see what's at the bottom. Oops, I'm sorry. That was reversed. Okay. All right. So, let me bring this up a little bit. There we go. So here we have our eclipse card, and the full moon lunar eclipse is coming in. I talked about that. I think it was yesterday, right? Yeah, it's in his 8th house of death, rebirth. What kind of rebirth is he going to have? He has ruined his entire life. I think he was born just to come in and help us. Not us, but a lot of people work through their cult-like behavior and their hatred and their self-hatred and their racism and their sexism and all of that, and people that just want a dictator. And also, if you think about things from just the bigger perspective of over a series of lifetimes, if he was Mussolini in his last lifetime, he was definitely in cahoots with the Nazis, right? Or with Hitler. He was a big old Hitler, And in this lifetime, they always have said that he had Hitler's book Mein Kampf on his nightstand. So there's that. And we know that his father and his grandfather were both Nazi sympathizers. And so if we look at that, and here he is, and come in from this, that type of a past lifetime, what's the word when you're when you like under the law of affinity, you attract, you come back because you have a certain belief system, so you come in with that old belief system again. And then how many of us do you think? Now, I know I'm one, but you guys let me know. Do you think you're one? I know I am. I'm one of those who died in a gas chamber from my past lifetime, or in my last life, my very last lifetime. How many of us do you think there are out there? There were, at least 10 million people that went out in that genocide. So wouldn't we reincarnate with that opportunity to work it out with at least one of the people that had something to do with it? I don't know if well, I don't know. It's hard for me to say who might be the reincarnation of Hitler. But anyway, that energy is still on the planet. That old, ridiculous, just low level unconsciousness. But when they're unconscious of their when they project outward their own self-hatred onto groups of people, then we've got a problem, right? So we get to come in, like people like me and you or anybody else that went out in a genocide, we get to come back in and work through feeling like we didn't matter, or we weren't good enough, or we were bad or wrong, or the things that happen when just think of like a child that gets spanked all the time. They learn not to trust their parents. They learn that relationship isn't trustworthy. They learn that they falsely believe that there's something wrong with them. Why do they keep hitting me, right? You see what I'm saying? So what if he came in just to help us all work through our authority issues? And that's like a big thing that we need to walk away from, even though this reading's about what's happening to him. What's happening to him is that people are walking away from him because he's not in his authority, and they know that he is Putin's puppet, and they know that he's Krasnov. And the Epstein files are chasing him. And there are all kinds of, abuses, sexual abuse, and people what's happening to him is that they are walking away from him and rejecting him. And he can go snort he can do as much blow as all over, the sidewalk. And it's not going to change a thing. It's not going to change anything. And what's happening to him is he's trying to get support from women, and right? I mean, and he's begging for money to go to heaven. Come on. But these two cards down here as a foundation of the reading. Here we have, with the Queen of Cups reversed, these are people who are emotionally insecure and gullible, and have really weak boundaries and are very codependent. And those are the only people giving him some kind of something online, right? There's something, they're giving him something online. And everyone else is like, they're coming at him saying things like, you have problems with women. You are in the Epstein files, right? Excuse me. And we know the truth. So the truth is coming at him, not only, I think, via his own base. Some of his own base are probably wising up and getting smarter and coming out of their, insecurity and gullibleness and their problems, their emotional problems. Because, when the Queen of Cups is upright, she's our card for honoring everything that is sacred. All the children. This isn't just a little urn, a little cup or a cup. It's a big ass urn, and those are angels on the side right here. Those are two angels. And she's looking at that. Like there are things you just don't mess with in life, and children are one of them. So even his base is coming around to that truth, and they're poking him. They're like poking the bear is what I'm getting here. And meanwhile, they're just seeing him as lazy and grifting, and then his health problems are out there. So besides rejection with the Five of Pentacles, the fives are hard in the deck, right? And there's two. We have the Cups and the Pentacles. So besides a lot of people coming at him, and they see him as being reckless, double reckless. I mean, my goodness, 2 nights, that's a lot coming at, right? And then two aces here. One to do with emotions and the other to do with the mind. So there's clarity coming at him that he can't make sense of because he's nuts. He's nuts. And his health issues are inescapable. He's not able to get out of this. So, but anyway, I don't think he's having any financial problems or any poverty, which is, some of the keywords for this card. But I think he's feeling left out and isolated. And the more people that he pushes out, he's pushing homeless, unhoused people out of Washington, D.C. And the more his goons come in and do that, the more people are reacting and walking away from him. Because it's only the billionaires or the, very wealthy people, very, very wealthy people usually, that don't care about, now that's not true with all of them at all, but for the most part, his friends, his cronies, they don't care. So there's that. And then with the Five of Cups upright, he does need to look at what he has and turn around and make some changes, but he never will. He's never going to look back here. He's definitely not, half glasses half full guy. He's totally about the emptiness because he's empty inside. He has nothing inside other than his darkness. There's one little tiny, tiny, tiny little divine spark, and it's been shrouded with hatred. So I can't say that he's going to be feeling regret, but I can say he's going to be disappointed. I can't say he's going to feel his grief or sadness, but I can say he's experiencing loss. This is a lot. So, and, meanwhile, his health sucks, and there's nothing he can do about that. So, okay, enough with that deck that I'm so grateful for. Goodness. Let's go with the Visions of Life. I already had it shuffled quite a bit before, but let's settle in. What's going on? What will you be experiencing, Donald John Trump? Saturday, August 30th, 2025. Maybe another South Park episode's going to come out. Oh, God. Somebody, I wonder if it's out there, but I would buy it. I probably would buy it no matter how much it costs. If somebody would create a South Park tarot deck, but, current times. Okay, so we've got the Queen of Cups again. I think this has to do with the Epstein files. Yeah, okay, so deception, Seven of Swords. Yeah, oh, yeah, right. we have to just like not pay as much attention to what the decks really, the meanings of the deck. What we can see here, if we just go with the artwork, and sometimes the words don't even matter, right? But if you just look and think, well, what are women attracted to? There's temptation here. And with the alcohol, I suppose it might be something just to kind of feel better or to be attractive. But nobody's attracted to him. And all he does is lie. I mean, there's nothing in the thoughts there. He doesn't say anything that really makes any sense unless he's just talking about all the things that he hates, like windmills. Like, what's up with that? Like, he just goes off. Remember when he used to go off he's going off about the water pressure? Like, he must have had trouble with the shower one night or something, and then that's all we heard about for a week. God. And then the toilet flushing thing? Is that because he was trying to throw some papers down the toilet again? Anyway. So his biggest challenge is that people aren't buying his lies. That's a good thing. Okay, let's keep going. 5 of Pentacles again. So remember the card we had over here. 5 of Pentacles, 10 of Wands. Again with the Emperor. 8 of Swords. Again with the 8 of Swords. We had that in his health reading. And then that 9 of Cups. Yeah. So this is the thing. Okay. And then the Devil. It's the Devil. Oh no. And then this one again. If I were to keep going, I think I will. Let's bring it up a little bit. I'm not that far. Okay. So that way you can see the artwork if I don't have it up too high. And then I also want to take, there's an interesting King of Swords. Yeah, Principles is right. The 2 off the bottom. Okay. It's like his legs are going in a different direction than his head. Goodness. Okay, so you guys can read these cards just like I can. It's the craziest deck because it doesn't really go, well, it does. I mean, it goes in alignment with some of the Rider-Waite, but not really, because in the Rider-Waite, the biggest problem with the 5 of Pentacles is that the people outside the church are not asking for support. They're not even trying. For him, this is him grifting. This is him asking for the money to help him get into heaven. And then he's totally stressed out about what people are saying about him, online. And he's back in his, 13-year-old self when he got kicked out of the house to go, they sent him away to military camp. So his mind he's overwhelmed, and he cares too much about what people say about him and what they think about him. Remember that need for external validation that we had with the 8 of Pentacles reversed here in the other spread. And he's stressed out about can he hold his position of authority when he's being restricted everywhere he goes, and he's having breathing problems too. I keep getting that. Life is a big old drag for him, literally. And then he's got this weird, where he thinks he can just be with the ladies when he's hanging out in his clubs. But look at that. She's like, you know what I'm saying there. Here, if I hide the 9 of Cups and then, if I can hold it still. I'll let you figure out what that means. I know you know. I'm not going to say it out loud. But that's what women are thinking about him. But he goes, that's what he does, is he's at his golf clubs, his resorts, and then he goes out and sometimes he gets up on the stage and he just starts talking and whatever, but he's like the entertainer, sometimes he thinks he's the DJ, and other tells them to play this song, do that, and his stupid dance, because he doesn't even really know how to dance. But that's the kind of crap that he does with his people who are supposed to like him. But this isn't what's happening. They don't really, well, some of them do, but yeah. He's not speaking effectively. Everybody knows he's in bed with the devil. The addictions galore with the devil. The devil will have its due. He has control issues, and he's so materialistic, and he's so apathetic and cruel. And that's the support he has. This doesn't look like support to me. This looks like major stress, and then he just wants the food, and there's no way he's going in the right direction looking for anything. He's feeling isolated. I mean, God. His body's going one way and his mind's going the other. So those two, that doesn't work, right? That doesn't work. And he's just lying. People are lying to him. Yeah, you're great, dude. People are lying. The people that are, with him and beefing him up, they're lying to themselves as well. So, no. You don't have restrictions with like the Eight of Swords and the Ten of Wands next to the Emperor card, and then to have the Five of Pentacles and the Five of Cups in the same reading, and then have it twice with the other deck. So there you go. He's not a happy camper. So, okay, I look forward to what you guys get from the artwork. If you just don't pay attention to all my little scribbles. And because when I first got this deck, I couldn't figure out what was what. The little guidebook said, this is blah, 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 and I wrote it down. I don't think I'm going to do that with the new deck that I ordered, because I made a second edition, and I'm waiting for it to come. And it is coming from Russia. And we love the people of Russia. Not its homeboy dictator, but okay, I'm done. Bye.